Imagine a little child sitting alone in their room, staring at the ceiling. Their toys are scattered, but they're not playing. Instead, they're wondering why the house feels so heavy, why their laughter always seems too loud, why the silence in between is deafening. They can't explain it, they can't name it, but they feel it. The weight of something unspoken. Maybe it's a parent's coldness. Maybe it's the yelling behind closed doors. Maybe it's just the absence of warmth. The child learns early that the world is unpredictable, and because of that, they start carrying an invisible backpack filled with confusion, shame, and longing. Fast forward a few years. That backpack is still there, but it's gotten heavier. School, friendships, first crushes it, all adds another layer. The child, now a teenager, still doesn't have the words for the emptiness inside, but they've become an expert at hiding it. They're the class clown, the overachiever, the quiet one in the back anything to avoid showing the cracks. They're trying to control an internal world that feels completely out of control. Then, one day, they find something. It could be a drink at a party, a pill someone offers, a string of wins on a video game. Suddenly, for the first time, the weight in that backpack feels a little lighter. The noise in their head goes quiet. The feeling of being wrong or not enough disappears, replaced by a temporary sense of confidence, peace, or just simple numbness. It feels like a solution. It feels like a friend. It feels like the hug they never got. This is where the connection between childhood trauma and addiction often begins. It's not a moral failing or a lack of willpower. It's a coping mechanism. When our early years are marked by experiences that overwhelm our ability to cope, things like neglect, abuse, or even just consistent emotional unavailability, our brains and bodies change. Our nervous systems learn to be on high alert, constantly scanning for danger. We develop a deep-seated belief that we are unsafe, unlovable, or fundamentally flawed. Think of it like this. A healthy childhood builds a strong foundation for a house. You learn that you're safe, that you can trust others, and that you can handle life's storms. But when trauma disrupts that process, it's like building a house on shaky ground. The walls are weak, the roof leaks, and you're constantly trying to patch things up just to keep it from collapsing. Addictive behaviors become the most effective, readily available patching material. They offer a predictable escape from the unpredictable chaos of trauma-related emotions. Feeling anxious, a substance can calm you. Feeling empty, a behavior can fill the void. It's a form of self-medication for wounds no one else can see. The brain, which is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, quickly learns this pattern. It starts to associate the substance or behavior with survival. This, the brain says, is how we get through the day. Over time, this neurological shortcut becomes a well-worn highway. The brain's reward system gets hijacked. The very things that are supposed to bring us natural joy, connection, accomplishment, nature start to feel dull in comparison to the intense, immediate relief offered by the addiction. The prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain responsible for decision-making and impulse control, gets weakened. It becomes harder and harder to choose a different path, even when a part of you desperately wants to. The person isn't choosing the addiction over their family, their job, or their health. They're trying to choose relief from a pain that feels unbearable. The shame that began in childhood now gets compounded by the shame of the addiction itself, creating a vicious cycle that is incredibly difficult to break alone. The very thing they used to escape the feeling of being bad now makes them feel even worse. But here is the most important part of this entire story. The foundation can be rebuilt. Healing from trauma and addiction is not about erasing the past. It's about building a new, stronger structure around it. It starts with understanding, recognizing that the addiction isn't the primary problem, but a symptom of a deeper wound. This is a game changer. It shifts the narrative from "what's wrong with me" to "what happened to me." This shift opens the door to compassion for yourself and for others. Healing involves learning to feel your feelings in a safe way without needing to numb them. It's about finding healthy coping mechanisms to replace the old ones. This can happen through therapy, where you can finally give a name to the unspoken things from your childhood. It can happen in support groups, where you realize you are not alone in carrying that invisible backpack. It's about reconnecting with your body through practices like mindfulness, yoga, or just being in nature, teaching your nervous system that it can finally be safe. It's about building genuine connections with people who see you for who you are, beyond the trauma and the addiction. These healthy relationships become the new pillars of your house, providing the support and stability you never had. It's a slow process. It involves relearning how to trust, how to self-soothe, and how to believe in your own worth. There will be good days and hard days, but every step taken towards healing strengthens that new foundation. If this story resonates with you, whether it's your own or someone you love, please know that hope is real and recovery is possible. The child who sat alone in their room, feeling the weight of the world, is still inside you, and they deserve to feel safe, to be heard, and to finally be free. Healing is the act of coming home to yourself. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out for help. There are resources and people who understand and want to support you on this journey. It is a sign of incredible strength to ask for that help. Thank you so much for watching and for holding space for this important conversation. If this video was helpful, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel for more content that explores the complexities of our human experience with compassion. Take care of yourselves and each other.